Hello, my name is Luke Stevenson and thank you very much for tuning in to this video. Now, what we're going to be doing today is stuff with tension and freeing the voice. Why, might you ask? Well, it's simple. Every performer needs to warm up their voice whether they are singing or acting, because every room is different. You could be in a small room where the acoustics are amazing, or you could be in a stadium with 10,000 people and you need to make sure that they hear their voice without damaging it. So what we're going to be doing today is ironing out some tension within our chest, our spine, our body, loosening the jaw, and doing some vocal techniques as well as going through some text. Now, of course, everybody is different. Everyone has their own limitations. So when doing this video, if you can't do something that I can do, or if you can only go so far, that's fine. Don't worry about it, because the last thing I want is to cause an injury to yourself. So for example, when we do a spine roll and we go slowly down to the ground on our body to remove the tension from the spine, if you can only go halfway, if you can only go to drop your neck, that's fine. Don't worry about it. So for the next half hour, I hope we're going to have loads of fun and hopefully learn something new. Thank you very much for asking me to do this. I am both honoured and humbled. So, time to do the first exercise. So what we want to do first of all is to iron out that tension. So let's go with a big stretch there. Just reach high. Give yourself a little tap there. Start waking up the body. Okay. Stretch down. Forward. And then when you wake up in the morning and all you do is a massive stretch. Cool. So what we're going to do is start patting our arms. Okay. Patting our arms. Doing our chest, belly. There we go. Now start waking up the body, okay? Because you want to have a little shake. Okay, all over. Throw it away. Throw it away. Throw it away. Throw it away. Cool. So have a little shake of the leg. Don't worry if you can't do this. Just do what you can. You know your own body better than me. Okay? So, now we're going to stand and feel centered. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Two more. Cool. So now, as explained earlier, we're going to be removing tension. And to do this, we're going to do a spine roll. So to do a spine roll, I'm going to show you side on first, so you get a good idea. You need to look straight ahead, give an out breath and drop your neck. So, and then once you've done that, I'm going to slowly go down. If you imagine the vertebrae in your spine, each individual one, if you imagine someone's pushing each part of your spine, and as you do, you're going down slowly as you can. Try not to do it fast. And remember to breathe every time you go down. If your back clicks, that's fine. It's just removing tension. And once you get to the bottom, give yourself a little shake. And slowly come back up. Okay. So we're rebuilding the spine by doing this. think the slower you do this, the more beneficial it is for your body. And as you come back up, make sure your shoulders and your head are the last thing to rise up. Cool. So usually when we do this 3 times, okay? Remember to do it at your own pace, slowly. If you can only go a certain way, that's fine. Don't worry about it if you can't do the whole thing. So, after 3, we'll begin to start. 1, 2, 3. Going down vertebrae by vertebrae. If you can only go a certain way and you reach that point, and give yourself a little shake. If you've reached the bottom, give yourself a little bounce, a little shake. And let out a little sigh as well. And when you're ready, start to bring yourselves up. There we go. Slowly adjust yourself if you need to. And again, 3, 2, 1. One thing you might have noticed, on the next time you've done it, is you might be able to go down further because you've released some tension. What does that feel like? So, now we're going to do one more, okay? Needs to be the last one. 3, 2, 1. Remember to take your time. There's no rush for this. So if you've only just got down to the ground or if you're still coming back up, that's fine. Don't forget to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Cool. So, allow this time to pause the video and discuss what you discovered while doing a spine roll. Okay, now that we have done our spine rolls, now we can do our jaw. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take the palm of our hands, okay, and open your mouth, and here, where your jawline is, you should feel a little gap. What we're going to do is we're going to take our palms and massage the mouth, okay. We've got a nice little rub, loosening the jaw, and slowly pull down. And as you get to the bottom, push it away like that. We're going to do that 3 times, okay? Try not to go too high, otherwise you only do the top bit of the jaw. Try not to go too low, or you'll only do the bottom of the jaw. You want to try and massage the little gap, and that way you're even enough to pull it down, okay? So 3 times. Here's the first one. Nice little massage, slowly pull down. Push it away. Okay, and stand corrected, that was our second one. So now let's do our third one. So don't forget, there's no rush for this. The slower, the better. We are easing out the tension within our jaw so that we can talk a lot more fluidly rather than trying to speak but not even our mouth moving, because it gets very restrictive when doing script work. We want to open the mouth, and doing this helps loosen the jaw. Okay? So, now that we've done that, we're going to take our tongue and do tongue aerobics. So, we're going to get our tongue and go around our mouth anti-clockwise 8 times and then clockwise 8 times. So, go. Back the other way. Oh, don't forget to swallow. So, now we've done this, stick your tongue out. As far and as wide as you can. Open your face. Go as small as you can. Scrunch up that face. Put your tongue back in. And out. And in. Out. Cool. So, now we need to practice our vowels, okay? So, repeat after me. Ooked, oaked, orked, arked, ached, eeked. Remember to open your mouth, get around the vowel shapes, and practice that. So, once again, it's ooked, oaked, orked, arked, ached, eeked. Very good. One more time. Ooked, oaked, orked, arked, ached, eeked. So, well done. G, d, b. G, d, b. B, g, d. B, g, d. So when we say this, the reason why is because of the tongue placements. So g is right at the back of your throat, d is the middle of the tongue on the roof of your mouth, and b is obviously the front because we're using our lips and our tongue. So G-d-b. G-d-b. B-d-g. B-d-g. Let me try that together. Okay. 3, 2, 1. G-d-b. G-d-b. B-d-g. B-d-g. Cool, so now we're going to do some call and response stuff. So when I say it, repeat after me. Hello. Hello. How are you? How are you? Would you like a cup of tea? Would you like a cup of tea? Yes, please. 3 sugars. Yes, please. 3 sugars. Now, what you may have noticed is that we was doing different tempos, different volumes, and because we're going to be playing with the voice, okay? So you might be the only person on stage and you've got to talk to like 500 people whilst keeping the voice in check. So, although we're speaking louder, we're not putting strain on the voice. We're just gently rising the volume. So, hello! Loud as you can. Hello! How are you? This time we're going to whisper. Hello. Hello. How are you? Would you like a cup of tea? Yes, please. 3 sugars. Great. So now that we've warmed up the voice and we've removed tension within our body, now we need to focus on the breath. So, if you put your hands onto your belly, just here, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the breath. So you're more than welcome to close your eyes for this. Don't worry if you don't want to, you're perfectly fine to do it with your eyes open as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in through our nose and make sure you relax the belly, okay? So your belly needs to be fully out. Okay, don't hold it in because that's going to restrict the air. Literally hold it out. Cool. So, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And as you breathe out, you should notice your stomach going inwards, okay? Which means you can get rid of a load of air that's in there and also take in a lot more. So breathe in and out. Two more, breathe in and out. One more, breathe in and out. That's a great exercise, not only to control your breathing and you can feel your diaphragm and your stomach expanding, but it's also a great way to feel centered and calm before you give your performance. I would also encourage anyone to do this if they're feeling a bit anxious or nervous. Just taking a deep breath and out through your mouth, and watch your shoulders and your belly relax to get this warm feeling in your body. It's great. Cool. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add some sound. So when we add sound, when you breathe out, I want you to give a gentle sound like a sigh, like you've just sat down after a busy day. Okay? So breathe in and out with a sigh. How good did that feel? Let's do it again. Breathe in. And out. Last one, breathe in. And out. And relax. Give yourselves a little shake if you can. Shake your hands, throw them out, throw them out, throw them out. Cool. In drama, it is often believed that we have two brains. Okay, so we have one in our head that everyone knows about, but we also have one in our stomach. And the reason that it's not an actual brain, but it's where we feel the most things. So we get butterflies when we get nerves in our stomach. This is where we feel hungry and feel energy. So usually when something feels good, your brain might be saying, no, I don't want this, but your brain, or your belly even, really needs it. It needs that release. So this time we're going to breathe in and we're going to hum. You can hum high, you can hum low, you can hum many different sounds, don't worry. And it doesn't even have to be in tune. You do the sound that's right for you. Okay, breathe in. And breathe out. Now, at this point in the video, click on pause and discuss with each other how that feels. Does it feel good? Does it feel bad? Did you not feel anything? And that's perfectly fine. Let's have a little discussion about that. So, hopefully by now you've managed to talk about how that was and whether you enjoyed it, didn't enjoy it, what did you learn and what did you discover. The reason why we do this as actors and performers is so that we don't hurt our voice, is so that we can give a natural performance as well, to make it authentic. Because if you was on stage and you was dead tense and you closed your throat up and you were trying to shout like this, it could really hurt. You could also lose your voice. Which is why as actors and performers and singers as well, we have to look after our voice. So this is why if I were you and you wanted to be an actor, of course, or performer, it's essential that we do this every day. Even if it's just a quick spine roll in the shower or a quick hum. Sometimes a quick and easy warm-up can be just sirens. For example, bit like a fire truck or even an ambulance. But the reason why we do this is because it goes through the whole of our range and doesn't put pressure on our vocal cords. To make that sound, we just say sing, but rather than finish it with a G, the is what we're trying to do. So sing. Even just by doing that every day can really help your voice because it keeps it warm. And what we're trying to do is get to the two bits of your throat to vibrate against each other, and that's what makes the sound. So now that we've done this, now would be a good idea to choose some text. Myself, I'm going to be using a Shakespeare monologue from Midsummer Night's Dream. It's called Bottom's Monologue. To really understand the monologue, I really appreciate it for what it is. I want you to look at your piece of text and every now and then just read it through and say a word. Once you've said that word and you're happy with how you've said it, and you've got the vowels and the vowel shapes around it, then carry on and read the next line and add it to that sentence. For example, when my cue comes, call. When my cue comes, call me. The reason why we add a new word every time is because we want to really hear the word. We want to feel what it means. Because if we just read it as, when my cue comes, call me, that could mean anything. We want to really express each different word because that word is in that piece of text for a reason. And then once you've done that, read it through. For example, when my cue comes, call me and I will answer. And eventually, once you've done that, although it may take some time, is you'll have a new way of listening to your monologue. It's also a good idea as well to write down little notes on your piece of text because some words may need more expression. Some words are more important than the others, and if you feel that one word is more important than the other, then just cross a line under it. Especially with Shakespeare, every piece of word, every piece of grammar means something, and it's there for a reason. The writer chose it to be there. So if you don't understand the words, then please do look it up, because the last thing you want to do is cause confusion when it comes to an audience. So for me, when it says, my cue comes, call me and I will answer, the three important words in there is cue, call and answer. So I have to emphasize those words in that sentence. For example, when my cue comes, call me and I will answer. Did you notice that I put a bit of emphasis on those three words? Before we finish, I know this may seem a little bit rushed, but when you do a voice class, sometimes these can last 2 hours because you have to really iron out the tension. But I hope I have given you an insight on what the voice and breathing does to the body, especially when we're trying to perform. If you would like to know more about the voice, please look at Cecilia Berry. She recently passed away, but she was the queen of everything to do with the voice. Everything from removing tension to even little exercises, and to how the mouth works within the body, and the tongue within the mouth, I should say. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and I really hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope I can do more of these videos for you soon. Don't forget to always appreciate good vocal health. My name has been Luke Stevenson. Thank you and good night.